Welcome, Cancer. Something is about to change for you faster than you expect. If you're here, it's because your timeline is preparing to jump, and this reading is part of that shift. This message reaches you at the exact moment your energy is opening. A timeline shift happens when the direction of your life aligns with a higher path. Often suddenly, often after a period of confusion or stagnation. This reading is here to help you understand what's shifting, why it's happening now, and what makes sense for the path ahead. I'm going to start off by looking at the current timeline, then the trigger of the shift. Thirdly, the direction of the new timeline, where you're heading and what it unlocks. What you must release to move fully into it. And finally, the outcome of the shift. What becomes possible once you enter the upgraded timeline. Cancer, this is a collective reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. I'm going to start off over here with Three of Swords and the Three of Cups, and we're looking at what energy you've been sitting in and why it no longer supports your growth. And my dearest Cancers, what I am seeing is that some of you have been dealing with the energy of Three of Swords, and this has been going on for some time. I feel that you make a concerted effort to try move out of it, and there have been patches and periods where you have felt better or you have felt that you're leaving it behind, and then something happens. Maybe you're triggered by a person or you're triggered by a memory and you're back in Three of Swords. Now, Three of Swords could be an accumulation of hurt and disappointment that has happened in the recent past. Or, my dear Cancers, Three of Swords could depict one big hurt, betrayal, letdown, or disappointment. And no matter what you do, you cannot shake it off. So we now understand that this energy is stopping you from moving on. It's time to look at it and address it, to channel that Cancerian strength and to really confront what this is for you. Because if it is hampering your growth and progression, it needs to be dealt with. Now let us move on and see what the trigger of this shift is all about for you. And we're looking at the situation, realization, or the person that activates this transition. Now, Cancer, you are presenting under this message as King of Cups, which is very interesting to see, because what I am seeing is that even though you have been dealing with Three of Swords, you, my dear Cancerians, have actually learnt a great deal. You might not have been able to progress outwardly, but inwardly, my gosh, I do see great development emotionally. I feel you have learnt a lot about yourself. I feel you have learnt a lot about the people around you, who was there for you when things went bad, who let you down, who was nowhere to be seen, who stood by you. These are things, Cancer, that make us look at the world differently. And I see you in an elevated emotional state, even though you could still be dealing with Three of Swords. But what it does tell us, which is quite wonderful, is that you're ready now to face this and to move on from it. What is going to happen, my dear Cancerians, is that out of the blue, you are going to hear very good news. Now, this could be one episode that comes about, and it's really wonderful, big news that comes through. Oh, my dear Cancerians, for many of you, I feel you're going to get good news coming through in different areas of your life. So you could be hearing that you have just signed a really big client. You could be hearing that a friend that you were very worried about gets results back from the doctor and the news is positive. You could hear that somebody you love and care about is pregnant, and this causes a lot of excitement for everybody who knows this person. I feel there is good news coming through, but in more than one area of your life. Now, Cancer, as you can see, we've got the seahorse coming through 4 times, and the seahorse represents patience and emotional grounding. It appears when progress is steady but slow. It asks you to anchor yourself rather than forcing outcomes. So we know that change is coming, but it's not going to be like a bolt of lightning, Cancer. It's going to happen very gently, but there's going to be a steady build-up to this change. It also tells us that loyalty or gentle connection may be present and timing is aligning. So there could be somebody coming in over this time that you're going to have a very wonderful, easy, strong connection to. Let's move on now and see the direction of the new timeline, where you are heading now and what it unlocks. My dear Cancerians, you are heading into a time where you are going to stand up and show the world who you are and what you're made of. Whereas before you could have been laying low because of this 3 of Swords energy, and everything could have been going quite slowly for you. Now, my dear Cancers, this new timeline is no more about playing it small, being in the shadows and dimming your light. You need to answer the call of the angel's trumpet. You've got to get out there. You've got to move. You've got to do. You've got to be seen. You cannot shy away from the spotlight. Where this is leading you right now is into 10 of Pentacles. You are about to feel incredibly abundant and prosperous. And Cancer, for many of you, this will have a lot to do with your money and your finances. But it doesn't only have to be that. You can be abundant in love, romantic love, family love, and friendship. This could be being abundant in health. So there could be a great progression coming. If you've been feeling unwell, all of a sudden you could have a wonderful turnabout. You are moving into a time, my dear Cancerians, where you are going to feel that your treasure chest is overflowing with what abundance means to you. What a wonderful turnabout. Now let us move on and see what you must release to move fully into this energy. So we're looking at either an outdated belief, an attachment, a fear, or connection holding you in the old story. And Hierophant is coming through here, telling you, my dear Cancerians, that you need to do something completely unexpected and different. You have to shake energy up. You need to put yourself either in a situation or amongst people doing things you have never done before. You have to break out of the routine that you could be in. You've got to give the energy around you a complete shock. So you go almost into reset mode. With Ace of Wands here, you're being told so beautifully, my dear Cancers, that when you do this, what you're going to find is that new things, new people, new opportunities, and new experiences come to you. You don't even have to chase them. You don't even have to go looking for them. They are going to be drawn to you, and you are just going to find yourself falling into new experiences, whether it's starting a new job, starting your own business, joining a new sport, starting a new activity group, starting to date again. All you need to do is initiate it and then just show up. And my dear Cancers, you are going to be amazed how things, people, and experiences are going to be drawn to you. You just then have to say yes and enjoy what's coming your way. Right, let's move on now and see what the outcome of the shift is. What becomes possible once you enter into the upgraded timeline? What we see now, Cancer, is that you come through as the Emperor. Once again, it does not matter if you're masculine or feminine. It's the energy of the Emperor I am speaking about. So we see you truly becoming the best and strongest version of yourself. This is the energy of King of Kings. This is an energy of wisdom, an energy of strength, and an energy of empowerment. You are now going to be in a position to recognize and see all the opportunities and possibilities that come your way. And being in Emperor energy, you are strong enough and wise enough not to let these opportunities slip through your fingers. Cancer, this is going to be a really big shake-up energy for you, but ultimately we do see you becoming stronger and more sure about yourself and your direction than ever before. Let's go ahead now and see which animal spirit you should be working with over this time. And you have number 55, Snake Spirit, Time to Heal. Cancer, the number 55 is your lucky number over this period. So any combination or variation of the number 5, please consider very auspicious. The snake is your spirit animal. So wherever the snake comes up, this too is a blessed sign. And your message is time to heal. And this relates directly to our Three of Swords. Time, my dear Cancerians, to move on from this energy. Understand that what has happened in the past now needs to remain in the past. Your pain does not define you, but it does make you wiser and it does make you stronger. You are ready to leave the pain and move into the next chapter. And what we see waiting for you looks incredible. Remember, this shift isn't random. It's aligned, intentional, and meant for you. Trust what's leaving, trust what's arriving, and trust your own timing, because it's about to speed up in a way you can feel. If this resonated, let me know which card spoke to you the most. That's all I have for you right now. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I'm sending you all so much love and many blessings.